stove. And then
Also, can y'all hear us okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, good.
Great. Okay. Oh Lord. We don't know what we're doing.
What are you guys making?
Okay, so okay. The idea behind everything, we're just going to get started real quick.
Anyway, we're going to make chicken bone broth initially, and then we're going to make all sorts of stuff with chicken.
Yeah.
Today's theme is chicken. Because as everybody knows, HEB rotisserie chicken is cheap.
Yeah.
And so we want to show you how to get your full money's worth out of it.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
And if Jose Luis joins in, I said Jose Luis. If Jose Luis joins in, I shared with him a little PowerPoint of the recipes, so he can either share the screen or whatever. Kelly,
Hello.
hi.
How to feed myself. Wow, y'all got 2 things going on here.
3.
3. Oh.
Dang.
Well, sound went off, Luciana.
What now?
Oh wait, it's back.
Oh.
I couldn't hear you for a second.
So Austin's gonna be the pupil here, so that I can tell him what to do, because he's like tried all these things, but he's never made them himself. So it'll be kind of like learning with you guys. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like
So I am representing all of us. Only like the worst of us.
So okay, you want to explain what we're making?
Yeah, Austin Zhang is on, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is how we'll determine whether this is effective or not. Austin, how good a cook am I? I lived with him, so if he's here and able to unmute. Oh,
He's hiding.
missed out on a testimony there. Okay.
So
Anyway, I'm a bad cook. All right.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna show you how to make a bone broth, but not like super fancy one, just a really easy one, okay?
Yeah.
And so
So bone broth is like $4 from HEB.
yeah, for one little
So
thing.
we're basically going to show you how to make $7 worth of bone broth using like $5 of ingredients. No, not even.
Okay, well here's what we're doing. So okay, we're pretending like this is a brand new rotisserie chicken, right? And then I'm assuming probably y'all know how to shred it up and stuff. So ta-da, here's all the meat.
All right, so we did it. We shredded the chicken.
Shredded it.
Very skilled.
And then when you shred it, of course, you end up with all the bones and stuff, right? So this is what we're going to actually use to make the broth. So let's walk Austin through it. And
Okay, what do I do?
If y'all have any questions, this is like super interactive, y'all. So don't mute everybody unless you have a bunch of noise in the background. But like, feel free to ask questions or clarify stuff or make comments.
Or provide moral support to me. Okay.
And me. Okay, so first, we need to throw all the bones in the pot here. This is 2 chickens worth. Like 1 chicken will make 20.
And if you want to like gather the bones without them putrefying, freeze them. Yeah, just grab a freezer bag, throw your remainder of your rotisserie chicken and whatever other vegetable clippings you have, and just put it in your freezer.
Yeah, that's like a tip. You can freeze the bones and then make the broth later, which is what I do a lot of times. It's really helpful. Okay, so I'll let you pour that in there.
All right, this is our filtered water because we just don't cook with municipal water around here.
You can if you want.
The first thing you should do every time you go anywhere is secure a stable water supply. No, a clean water supply, that's what it is.
So you want to, okay.
How high?
Let's see if y'all can see this. And then let's see where the close cam is. Oh, there's the close cam.
Ah.
So, okay, you're going to cover the chicken with the water. Go ahead, keep going, Austin. I have to splash everywhere. And you're gonna, this is a lot of chicken bones, so we're gonna just fill up this thing almost. Yeah, that's good. Okay, great. So along with this, we have some cut up celery, and that's about like 3 stalks, I think. I keep forgetting the camera's here. No, it's just down this side.
Celery. All right.
So great. So
And it goes.
we're adding celery, and I just like kind of chunked it up like that, like big raw pieces, so you don't have to be fancy or anything, because it's just, you're just basically boiling down stuff, so you don't have to cut finely or anything. And then you're gonna add in some carrots. I usually do like maybe like 3 big old carrots, but we only have baby carrots, so that's fine. Just throw in maybe a couple handfuls.
Carrots.
Isaac asked what we were making again.
Okay, so Isaac, this is to bring you up to date here. So we're making a homemade bone broth, chicken broth basically, but it's a bone broth, so it means it has more nutrients.
Very
like
fun.
collagen and stuff like that. Okay, so we're using the bones that we took from a rotisserie chicken, right? And so we just added celery and carrots. So now we're gonna add.
What's next?
We're gonna add, what was the carrot? Oh, onion. Let me find the onion here. Okay. So Austin's gonna get to try cutting here.
Everyone gets to see my incredible knife skills.
I'm a little worried.
Where is the
That's
knife?
okay. Here you
All right.
One fine knife.
go. So with the onion,
So first you want to make sure you remove your sticker from your onion. Don't eat that.
good advice, Austin. Okay, so do y'all know how to, sometimes, okay, well, do you want to walk them through?
We're just going in. Well, okay. In case you're wondering, the most important and critical part is have a sharp knife. We don't really have those around our house, so we're going to be kind of hacking through this thing. And I'm a lefty, so you probably can't see this super well, huh? My hand is going to be like blocking the view.
Oh, well, I can do the onion if that helps.
You're not video.
All right, here we go. Wait, am I dicing it?
No, that's
Just
why.
slicing it?
So cut off the ends like you did. Cut off the other end.
All right, step 1, listen to the host.
Okay, so let's get off this outer part here. Okay, so since it's just like a broth, all you have to do is chunk it. So basically just do a crisscross, okay? And then throw it in there. So it's super easy.
Boom. Don't even need sharp knives for this.
And to be, yes, you do. Yeah. Okay, and that's really all. Okay, so let's give a little.
All right.
Let's see if I can give a little, do y'all see that in there? Yeah. In the close
Yeah.
up here. So that, you're gonna just basically bring this to a boil, right? And then as soon as it comes to a boil, put it down to simmer. Do y'all know what simmer is?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, if you don't, shout out, we'll tell you. Okay, and all of a sudden, in a magical world, we have already made broth.
So yeah, then well, how long do you boil it for?
Oh, good question. So you would boil it for, okay, so if you don't have much time, 2 hours. Like you can just, do other stuff and you just have it there simmering. And every once in a while, just
Do you cover it or don't cover it?
I kind of go back and forth. So like if you notice that, well, okay, here's the thing with covering it. If you cover it, then you're going to maintain more of your liquid, right? But if you uncover it, then more liquid's going to evaporate. So then you're going to have to add a little bit of more water. So it's up to you. You can just monitor it. But the more that it cooks, it's okay if it loses some of the water because it's becoming condensed soup, basically. So, and that has more flavor the more you condense it. So,
Do we salt at all?
okay, so what I do with the salt is afterwards, after I'm done with the broth, then I flavor it however I want, like with salt, pepper, herbs, or whatever. So usually when I'm using it for cooking, that's when I add the seasoning. So that helps me the most. But so after you're done cooking, as soon as if you just want to use it like that, just add whatever seasoning you want. One more thing that I forgot to add to the broth here that's important is apple cider vinegar. Have y'all ever, or vinegar, any kind of vinegar?
Love apple cider vinegar. The best.
Where is it?
Oh, it's in the fridge, but that's okay. We won't.
Oh, we got some here.
Oh, it sounds
Oh,
like
that's balsamic vinegar.
hasn't.
Don't do that. Anyway,
So what I do is add about maybe 2 big old tablespoons of vinegar, and that helps extract out nutrients from the bones. So, and it makes a better broth. Make sense? So then after you're done simmering that for at least 2 hours, the longer the better. Sometimes I do 4 hours. Then you just strain it. And then when you strain it, you can bottle it, like store it, put it in the freezer or something. And then you end up with.
so we get mason jars. You get red broth.
Yeah, except it's usually lighter in color.
Well, that's the beans.
This is a different. Oh, this is the beans. What happened?
Here's the broth.
There we go. Here's the broth.
Golden amber color with question
Yeah,
mark.
it
Well,
has
she
some
adds a little
seasoning.
seasoning in there.
Well, this one, because this is like the different one. Because that one's going to take forever. All right. That is recipe number 1, because the thing is, you can now use that broth. Let's say you had it already.
Yeah. So this makes a huge amount of broth and it's tasty.
Yeah.
So say you probably get at least the worth of your rotisserie chicken and bone broth out of the chicken, which is interesting.
So I use the broth for a lot of things. So we have, I don't know if any of y'all have pressure cookers. Do y'all have pressure cookers? Anybody?
Show of hands.
Okay. Or even if you don't, then what you can do is use the broth to like make some homemade beans. They make your beans pretty tasty. And so that's what we did. So the beans I showed you, actually, these are made with some homemade broth. And we're going to use that later. So yeah, that's the first one. So now what we're going to do is show you what you can do with your. So we're trying to get the most out of this rotisserie chicken. It's cold.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first recipe we're going to do, and the reason why there's multiple is because they're just simple.
Yum.
And we have stuff on hand. So the first one, we're going to do a little soup. Oops. So the soup is going to be, here you go, Austin. You're going to need that.
Well, this is.
Oh, you can see that better?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to make I wish I had could give y'all a little slideshow here so you can look at it. But we're going to make an easy kale coconut lime curry soup.
There you go.
So it can be.
Easy kale coconut lime curry.
Yes. And you can leave it with just veggies, or you can throw in some of that leftover chicken.
It has 4 ingredients, principally.
Well, it has more than that, but that's
Oh,
okay.
I know. It's got some huge.
I'm kind of cheating and looking at my notes over here with y'all. Okay, so let's get the pan. Oh, yeah, you're going to stay there. So first, we're going to put some of that broth, right? So maybe like up there.
I didn't see what you pointed to, so I was looking over.
Up to the little thingies.
Spill broth everywhere. Don't do it.
Whoa, I'm so nervous about. Ah!
Okay, we're good.
One swift
Not good.
motion, Austin.
All right, is that enough?
Keep going. Stop. We're just making a little because
All right,
I need
hold
some of
that.
that broth.
We take a moment to clean. Keep your workstation clean.
Oh, y'all should see this arrow.
as we always say.
Okay,
All right.
so we're gonna add in, and basically, we're gonna make this easy. You're just gonna throw it all, dump it all in, and let it simmer, basically. Okay. So we need 3 bay leaves, which Austin gets really annoyed because I keep cooking with bay leaves and he keeps accidentally chomping on it. But they give really good flavor. So bay leaves are like, you don't eat them, but they, in soups and stuff, they give a good flavor. So we added that. And then we're gonna add some curry powder. So that is this. There's curry powder. Okay. This one's a little odd one that we have because it has coconut in it, but.
All right, here at HEB, coconut curry powder. Oh, you can't see that.
But really, I probably would just
Coconut
use.
curry powder. I don't know if that's coming through there either.
I would probably just
No.
use curry powder then.
All right, how much?
So I think I said
Oh, like fancy pinch worth or?
no, like 1 tablespoon. And then we're going to.
This isn't relevant to cooking, but fun tip from a master baker,
Who's that?
Ben Wang,
Oh.
is you can find on Amazon these little charts that will convert volumetric measurements of powders to weight measurements for you. So when you see a recipe that says like 3 tablespoons of baking soda, you can actually just convert that to weight, weigh it on a kitchen scale, and your bake will always be
Okay. So
accurate. Random.
let's see. If
Okay, I've
Austin-
never done this before.
I want to see
Let's
if you
do
know
it.
how to.
All right,
It's a
squeeze.
lime squeezer. So this
Squeeze
is,
how many limes?
this is half of a lime. Okay.
Okay.
Did you do it right? Okay, yeah. Well, you have to tilt it to get the lime juice. Tilt it to the side.
It's awkward. What is this grate here for?
I mean, it.
Probably air. Or not sure. Okay.
Okay, great. So then we need mushrooms. So we have mushrooms over there. Show the mushrooms. It doesn't matter what kind, actually. So maybe a handful, a good handful in there. Just
All right.
pop them in there. Okay,
So much for looking like a suave cook.
can you put that back? On the Okay, and then we're gonna put some kale. So super easy. We just get the pre-washed kale. Like, okay, here's the thing too, y'all. If y'all know me, I tend to throw kale in pretty much everything. And so that's like the HEB, whatever, Central Market organic kale. And it's already
Okay.
cut and stuff. So
A good handful.
a good handful. But the thing is, kale, it actually reduces, when you cook it, it kind of shrivels up like spinach. So usually I'll put a good handful and then press it down. And then I'll put
Another
some
handful.
more and then press it down. Right.
We'll trust that to cook down.
So I'm going to pick up the fallen kale because it'll catch on fire. And that would be a memorable cooking segment.
Yep.
Okay, so right now I'm going to go ahead and put this on. I'm going to put this on a simmer or low. Let's see if y'all can see the close-up cam. Okay, so Austin, I'm gonna let you just kind of gently press down that kale.
Yep.
To get it in there. And then coconut milk. So, and that is the last ingredient. Well, it's not actually. We're gonna garnish with green onion. So if you're taking notes, actually, I have this PowerPoint that I can share with whoever wants it.
Recipes will be available after the presentation.
So, ooh, this thickened up.
Oh, that's thick.
This is this is Trader Joe. It doesn't matter. You just needed some coconut milk, basically.
Yeah, but this is how we secure those advertising bucks. No, I'm just kidding. Right,
So,
right.
we're so far away from that.
Next in the recipe is Trader Joe's reduced coconut milk. This
Oh, it's
excellent
reduced.
ingredient.
That's why it's thick, because it's reduced. Okay, so yeah, just any coconut milk. But I like this one because the texture is better than other ones that I've tried.
Trader Joe's reduced coconut milk enjoys a much better texture than leading competitive products.
Okay. So we're putting about, I think.
Also, you probably should have
I
shaken
think
it.
that it's okay. I think I
All right.
put like half a cup. So which in it is
So half a can.
half a can approximately. Okay. So once that gets simmering, and we kind of need a little close up of that. Let me see if I can bring it to the camera here. Okay, can y'all see that?
You're pouring it out.
I am
Okay.
pouring it out. We're not professionals. Okay,
It-
can y'all see that?
Mm-hmm.
So all of that's gonna just simmer. Thank you. And then once that's done, you can just flavor it with like anything else you want, like salt and pepper. I usually don't need to add much. And then that's your soup. So, all right. So that's number 2 there. But you can do more.
Okay, what's next?
Let me try to remember.
Also, I'm going to put this on center burner. Is that okay?
Sure. Let me move the tea kettle.
Or I'll put it on. Yeah, that's a good burner for it. Maybe not.
Okay.
Oh, center burner's not doing so good.
Let's not do that one. We can just here. Yeah, there you go. Watch your arm. Okay. Great.
All right. What's next, Luciana?
It's this. Do you want to read it to them?
Easy chicken tostadas with veggie slaw and avocado cream sauce.
Yes. So,
So if only we had Brandon here.
I know. Okay, actually, Brandon, he didn't join. Okay, so he loves tostadas. So I was thinking about you, Brandon, when we came up with this. But this doesn't compare to your mom, so just have to say. So this one, what we're gonna do is actually, again.
All right, so this is what to do with your actual chicken. We've
Yeah.
got shredded chicken now. We're not working with chicken remains anymore.
Real chicken.
Well,
And,
we are technically.
you
Anyway,
You could throw some of this chicken in that the lime curry soup, and that tastes really good with it. But I usually just leave it like a veggie soup. Okay, so we're gonna use this to make these tostadas. So now we need another pan, which I put somewhere. Oh, let me get a fry pan actually, because this will be easier to see, I think. Yeah, there we go. How are y'all doing? Y'all are so quiet. Any questions,
That's 'cause we're-
comments?
we're super chill, huh?
I want all of these recipes after this.
Yes, you will get them, Miss Kelly.
I already ate, but you're making me hungry again.
Yay. Okay, so what we're gonna do is have Austin here. throw in-
Okay, here we go. Do I just
So-
slap it in
No!
there? Okay. All right.
Throw in about, let's see, about that much of the chicken. Like,
So,
okay, you can use your hands.
How much is that much? Like
Okay, do a big handful.
the big handful is like the whole thing.
No, it's not.
I'm gonna flake this chicken in there.
I'll tell you when to stop.
All right, here we go. Can
Okay.
everyone see? Can everyone see this chicken going into this pan
Yes.
from 2 different angles, no less? Okay.
Okay, great. Let's stop there. Because we don't have to make a lot right now.
All right.
All right, so it's sizzling and we're gonna wash our hands. Because that's what you do in cooking shows.
Wash your hands. Is avoid chicken virus.
Oh no salmonella. Not virus. Okay. So while that, I'm going to put this on a super, super low heat because I don't want it to burn. So this is what we're going to add to the chicken to make it a little bit tasty. So we need a little bit of our broth, which I lost. Oh, here it is. Okay. I'm going to add a little bit of the bone broth because it needs a little bit of liquid to kind of stew a little bit in there. Okay, and then we need, half a can of tomato paste. So here, Austin, I'll give you this. I don't know what that looks. What is the difference between tomato sauce and paste?
Yeah, I have no idea. I assume the paste is reduced much further until it fits in one of these tiny cans.
Very good. That's exactly what it is.
Way to go. Reed.
I always get, you don't have to get organic, but I always get organic just because I think it makes a difference with the tomato paste. Okay.
This is kind of rough.
Then we need cumin. No, okay. So if y'all are like wanting to make like either Mexican dishes or Spanish-y dishes, it's like common spices are like cumin and chili powder. I mean, of course, so many other things, but these ones will give you that kind of flavor that you're looking for.
All right, tomato paste,
Great.
also
So-
known as highly concentrated tomato.
All right, so you're gonna put like,
They don't tell you how much tomato goes into this. Okay.
so put half of that.
All
That's
right.
good. That's good.
Half
Awesome.
of the tomato paste.
And
Damn.
you can use this to squish it in there. Usually, I have this chicken a lot more shredded and stuff, but it's
So go ahead and add hearty onto the recipe title, and then you can get away with less shredded chicken. You just say hearty.
so. Huh?
What? Isn't that what you do? Like hearty just means chunkier.
Okay. So now what I'm adding is cumin.
Okay.
I'm trying to see ourselves. Did our camera go somewhere?
No, it's right there.
Oh, okay. I'll do the close up too. Cumin. So I have the amounts in the little thing, the notes that I'll send y'all, but I put about 2 tablespoons. And right now, okay, I have to confess, y'all who know me, I never measure. I hate measuring. I hate instructions. I make Austin read instructions and summarize everything. So when I cook, I put the measurements, but it's really based on my guessing and tasting. So
Okay.
Hey, that's good if you cook with feedback. Baking is bad because you don't get that feedback loop, right?
okay, so you need 1 tablespoon of chili powder. So that was cumin. Now I'm putting chili powder.
This adds a chili-like flavor to it.
Okay, and then we're gonna add salt and pepper. If I can find that, okay. I'm just helping to. While Austin is stirring in a very good way.
See, but don't I need to like have like flame shooting up from the pan so that I can feel like I'm a 5-star restaurant chef? Okay.
I don't think you're
With
up.
like shoulder action.
You're not
My shoulder's
there
not in
yet.
frame anywhere, is it?
Okay,
Kind of is.
so this looks a little bit dry, so I feel like we need some more broth. Okay,
Okay.
do that. So okay, ideally, can you drop it a little bit to show them how it looks?
Behold.
Do y'all see that? No, the other way.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Here,
both.
behold.
Yeah.
See.
So if you simmer that, then it's gonna. The longer you simmer it, the better it'll taste. But that is pretty much. Oh, garlic. So
To add a garlic-like flavor.
y'all want to know how I cheat? I cheat in a lot of ways. I get this garlicky.
You can buy like freeze garlic water.
Can't believe it's not
It's
garlic.
not garlic water.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like
It's just-
frozen
it's
garlic
literal-
cubes.
It's literal garlic squished up. It's cloves. So each one of these little dot thingies is a clove. So which I have fresh garlic, but I'm not gonna waste it. You know. And it's fun to pop them out too. So I'm gonna pop one out. Wow, it's squished too. I let it thaw too much, so now it's all squished.
So now you just kind of have a nightmare situation where you try and slap garlic out of a. But if this is frozen, it's like an ice cube going on, and then
Yeah.
there's garlic in it.
So now we really stink, but that's okay.
Because you're distant from us. This is remote cooking, so you don't have to smell any of it.
But it smells good, actually.
Yeah, I love the smell of garlic.
Yeah.
Not garlic bread, but
How about you, Connor? Do you like the flavor of garlic in your smoothies?
I was about to say something. I was about to ask if you're still making your garlic smoothies.
Yeah, his smoothies used to scare me. So
So maybe we'll do a show on that at some point.
he just thinks that, oh yeah, we have totally different versions of smoothies. And he thinks that a healthy smoothie is putting anything healthy together and that counts. But, which includes like, you put garlic and
Well,
banana. and-
step one, cup of oats.
Gotta have the
That's-
oats.
Step two, fill it up with kale. Put some almond. Wait, is that right? I forget. No, not almond milk. Hold on. Amla. Put some amla powder
Oh
and
my
maybe some
gosh.
fenugreek powder in there.
Which are strong
These are
tasting.
also strong flavors.
So what I
Put
did
a
there,
put a clove of garlic in there.
what I did just now is I added a little bit more water because I felt like it needed to stew a little more. But basically, that's done. Except it's really not done.
Except that
because
you
it
are a
is-
lime child, and so
Okay.
everything must have lime.
Everything I try to scale it down, but I put lime in everything, just like I put kale in everything, pretty much. So, but I just
Love
feel
it.
like it really brings out the flavor. So I'm squeezing like half a lime.
Anyway, acid is a good addition to a lot of acid's a good addition to a lot of dishes, just to cut the whatever flavor it cuts. I don't know. They always say the word "cut the blank."
It cuts the stuff that needs to be cut. Whatever.
All right.
All right,
So
so
I'm not
that's
up to
pretty
speed
much
on my cooking terminology, but that's okay.
that's pretty much it. And I'm gonna taste this real quick because
Where'd you get the recipe from?
I made it up. All of
How long
these I
did it
made
take
up.
you to perfect this?
Probably 35 minutes.
Yeah. I
Wow.
Like the thing is, cooking
I-
is like a widely applicable skill. So
I made this before. So it's like a lot of times like I don't have that much time. So I just like run in the kitchen. I'm like, oh my gosh, what do I need to make? And then I try it. And if it's good, I'm like, oh, I can do that again next time.
remember, this is cooking.
Ooh, that's good.
So while you're making it, if you're wondering how is it, you just taste it.
Yeah.
You get a feedback loop. If you're baking, it's a different story, right? But with cooking, you can taste the food you're cooking and then spice it to recover.
So here's a tip, okay? Because I tasted this and it tastes really good. But because of the acidity, usually like something sweet or something salty will help balance it. And I feel like it's a little too acidic. So I'm putting some more salt.
I just realized you guys have 3 cameras. I've been watching your hands the whole time.
Yeah, we're trying
Oh,
to
Yeah,
pretend
we're
like
like,
we're
you can like
professionals.
see our face, man.
Oh,
Right.
wow, that's awesome. I feel like I'm
Unfortunately, you know, the
Love
whole
myself.
mounting job is
Yeah.
like,
Depending on what view you want, you can actually on your phone click on that and then it'll pop up the screen.
you can pin
Using
a
this-
particular camera if you would like. Because I know it's defaulting to like hand cam, you know,
I'm
as
just-
far as
Got it.
All right, so that soup is done. The broth is gonna go forever and ever. Okay,
check
so
that out.
now, yeah, so now we're ready to finish off the
All right, let's make a toasted
Do you want to try that again?
Yeah, I know.
Somebody tell him how to
Tostada.
Roasted up.
I still love you. Okay.
I'm glad. All right. What's up now?
All right, so we're gonna
Did I
make.
take this off the heat? Is it simmered enough?
Yes, please. Smart thinking. Okay, let's turn off that one. So we're gonna make a little special cream. I love this cream sauce. Whatever.
All right. Step 1, sour cream. Step 2, it is special. I don't know.
All right. So Austin, do you know how to cut an avocado?
Well, let's find out on camera. Can I set this somewhere? Our
Yes.
spoon rest is like
Yeah, we have
in
a.
a danger zone. All right, here we go. Austin cuts an avocado on camera. Hopefully nobody's recording. Take 1.
Can they even see your hand?
Yeah, they should see super clearly in
Okay.
hand cam.
Oh, nice.
What are we making right now?
So we're making Okay.
We're
so,
making fun of me for cutting an avocado poorly if I do so.
So
You do the thing where you do like that and then twist it? Or,
yes, I do. So Karine, what we're making is a chicken tostadas that has like a veggie slaw, and
Okay, well, that's a little
you
dangerous.
don't want it to catch fire. Here, I'm pushing away the seed thing to. Okay. So and then on top of it, it's going to be like a avocado cream sauce. So we're making the sauce right now. So we need an avocado.
You know, there's
Is that
an actual term called avocado hand that they use in hospitals for people cutting their hand.
I heard about that. You want to explain that to us?
Wait, for people that what?
Basically, it's like such a common thing that people cut their hands while cutting avocados that they have like a term for it or something.
Oh, in hospitals?
Yeah.
They're like,
Because they got to clean up that mess like so often.
oh, somebody came in with avocado hand.
Mm-hmm.
So did y'all see what I did? I like scored it a lot, and because this one's a firm avocado, it's just not squishing out easily.
Okay.
But I scored it, and then I'm scooping it out with a spoon.
Secondary question. Is there a term for people who come in with burns on their hands from flipping tortillas on their burners?
I don't think so.
All right, good. That's uncommon then.
Explain why.
Anyway, Luciana does that, so I wanted to see if that's like, and she says it's like oh, Hispanic abuelas everywhere do this, so get out of here, Austin. So I don't know if somebody knows or can confirm that abuelas everywhere do in fact flip tortillas directly on their burners to warm them.
I see that more often than not, Austin.
Okay, just checking. Wait, does that make it common in Germany? No.
I don't think it is in Germany.
Oh. Okay, so now we're gonna finish up the sauce here. So Austin,
Yeah, okay, what's next?
I need you to throw in,
Okay, avocados.
the avocados in there.
Yeah, sour cream.
Sour cream. So
Here, you can.
here you go.
Okay.
So how about just do 2 big old spoons?
Do a dollop. Is it?
No, don't do the commercial, please.
Okay, how about another spoonful like that?
Yep,
Wow.
that looks good. That
Now
looks
everybody's hungry.
So,
Okay.
The PowerPoint that I
Do I mix
did.
it in?
Yes, please. The PowerPoint that I did, it's a larger amount than this. So this is like a mini scale, just so that y'all can see what goes in it. But again, if you have questions, let me know. Okay, this is a super cheating step, and I love cheat steps.
All right, how do we cut the preparation time for this in half?
Okay, so this is salsa verde. Any kind of salsa is fine, but this one is like a green salsa basically, and this one's from Trader Joe's.
Let me see
I
it.
tend to get everything.
All right, Trader Joe's.
So you're gonna add about I don't know. Because I'm sorry, I'm scaling it
All
down.
right,
So now
you are going to add an I don't know amount of green sauce. So
there we go. So
think about consistency. It's going to be what makes sense for the amount. How green saucy do you like your sauce? That's
if you're a saucy person, which Austin is a saucy person.
I'm a saucy person.
No, I'm saucier than you.
Yeah, that's fair.
So you probably put a couple of tablespoons in there. But again, it's in the recipe, so you'll have the actual amount. And then guess what else?
What else?
Well, I really wanted you to guess, but
Lime. So if you're ever wondering about gifts to give Luciana, just buy her some limes. She'll use them. It will always be appreciated.
oh, if y'all want to know too, fun fact: this
You gotta bring it in frame.
lime squisher, it used to be glossy and pretty and had color, and then Austin put it in our heavy-duty dishwasher. And now it looks like an Iron Age
Implement.
squisher.
Back in the 1400s, we located this and
We dug it up.
yeah.
From,
All right.
so he's squeezing the lime in there. All right, that's good. That's good. You can just put that in the sink. So I'm just going to add a tiny pinch of cumin, just because it kind of has a nice flavor. And that's pretty much it. Except I bet I'm missing something. Let me check. I am missing parsley. And this time, okay, you can do cilantro,
We have parsley.
which I hate. I hate cilantro.
Oh, we got parsley flakes.
So I'm using parsley, and I'm using dried parsley flakes just because I don't have to wait for them to squish down. So you can just throw that.
Is
in there.
cilantro the thing that's hit or miss?
Yeah.
Okay.
For me, Natalie. For many people.
So yeah, so if you don't have the gene that makes cilantro taste good, then it apparently tastes bad.
That's the thing.
So the way to make cilantro taste good is if it already does, good, and if it doesn't, probably you're cursed in that manner.
Okay, here's a close-up of the sauce. Do y'all see that?
Or blessed, I don't know.
Y'all got the sauce down? So I'm gonna just taste it. Ooh, that's yummy, except I'm gonna put some salt and pepper.
So again, emphasizing a core principle in cooking, which is really a core principle anywhere, feedback and reacting to it. So you can taste what you're making
Wow, it's really good.
and then determine whether or not you would like to make adjustments while you're doing it. So anytime you can take advantage of that, very useful.
All right, we're ready to assemble our tostadas, wherever the tostadas are. Right?
Well, they were right here, but they apparently disappeared. Okay, they're back.
So how are y'all doing? I need to hear some voices.
Is everyone awake?
Yep.
Did
Are
we
you
put
a-
y'all to sleep?
Are you at least watching somewhat interestedly? If nothing else, than to hear our witty banter.
Do y'all do delivery?
Find us on a Grubhub, you know, we're gonna.
We need a good restaurant name before doing that. Okay,
So feel free to brainstorm.
There's already Anderson's coffee. Maybe Anderson's tortas?
Are we just doing this on?
tostadas.
Oh.
Okay, so if you can grab a plate.
All right.
We want to actually try to look classy. You can get that one.
Full plate.
Yeah.
I want a plate full.
Yeah.
Full plate might disguise stuff.
All right, so we're going to show Austin how to assemble a tostada. So
All right.
here you go, Austin. You're going to first put some beans. Okay, so for beans, you guys.
I'm getting a spoon for this. It
Yeah.
would be too juicy otherwise.
Okay, wait until I tell you, because yeah, exactly. So yeah, so it basically squished the juice out. Okay, great. So for the beans, like you can either get like a can of beans. You know, these are black beans. And I usually get, if I do get canned, I get the Central Market organic ones. I think they taste better. But we made these beans in a pressure cooker, and we cooked them in the bone broth, the chicken broth that we made with the rotisserie chicken. So there you go. You can make some beans. You probably want to spread that around a little. You would usually put a little bit more beans.
Look, this is the representative sample. Okay, we don't want to.
Yeah, but you eat a lot of beans, so.
Okay, fair enough.
He's like a bean fanatic.
You got to say that louder. He's like a bean fanatic. That's okay.
Okay. So then we're gonna put some of the chicken. You want to put some chicken?
Yep.
Oh yeah, we have to make the slaw.
But I need. What's a good thing to use for the chicken? Put it on there. Where did the?
You can use.
All right. Toss some of this chicken on there. Oh yeah. Look at that. I vicariously made this. Okay.
And then you can show the plate in the main screen too, or the. I forgot.
This is the best view they have of the food right here. So this is well plated. Hand panned. All right.
What we're gonna do next might be a little hard to see because we're gonna use the food processor, but don't get scared. If you don't have a food processor, you basically just chop stuff really finely. So we're gonna just chop up 3 things: kale, and
I'm unplugging your phone.
a yellow bell pepper, and what else did I put in? Oh, cabbage.
Okay, so they can see it kind of vaguely, but this thing where my hand is headed, food processor.
Everything's kind of messy because I have everything out on the
Table.
yeah.
Should I just open this, or are we going to drop it in like the side?
So and you can cut half of that, and then just do like chunks. So if he's cutting half of a bell pepper into like maybe 3 or 4 chunks, we're going to use the food processor. So I don't have to take the time to, chop it really finely. So, because the food processor will do exactly that for you.
I wish I could do this in camera.
Here, come over here.
All right,
There you go.
there we go. Bell pepper, cut the top,
And then
cut the bottom.
Meanwhile, to save time,
A
I'm
little
going to
bit.
put the cabbage in the.
All right, you got your core. Cut the veins. All right, push out the core. Cut the side. Now you've got bell pepper skin, and you can cut off the rest of the veins if you would like. Guarantee that the flesh is all that you get. Maintain the sweetness of the bell pepper, which in this case is going into a food processor. So why did I bother? Purely pedagogical purposes. All right. And maybe offended quite a few people who were like, oh, that's adorable. I've done this for 30 years. No. All right.
All right. I'm just getting the food processor kind of rigged up.
Okay. Do I just throw stuff in there?
Just throw it in there.
Rad. I haven't used the food processor before ever, so.
So what I did was I cut up some cabbage in chunks, just a little bit. It's about like a quarter, less than a quarter of a cabbage, really, not that much. And then the pepper, the bell pepper, and then we're gonna just put in a handful of that kale that I sneak into everything. We should just call it the kale and lime show because we just put kale and lime and everything. But and then last ingredient in the veggie slaw is, guess what?
Okay, Rachel, what is the last ingredient in the vegetable slaw? Educated guess.
Kale.
I just added kale.
We just put kale in. This is the common theme ingredient for all of this that's not rotisserie chicken. Kind of a secret theme ingredient.
Bone broth.
It's a lime. Well, lime juice again.
Yeah. So we're gonna add some more lime juice. So you just gonna squeeze that in there, and then we're just gonna process that, chop it up. Basically, you can hand chop it, and that's gonna be the second layer, the third layer on our tostada. You ready?
Yes, boss. All right.
Do you want me to do it?
Now, turn it on, right, Pulse?
It's gonna be loud. Oh, you have to plug it in.
It is.
It is? Oh, wait. It has to be secure. You can talk to them while I read this up.
Let me get it.
Got it.
Good? All right. So,
you can show them. Let's get a bowl.
power of a food processor processes food. Okay.
Hey, you're gonna go get the plate. All right. So I'm gonna spoon to scoop this. So
All
I'm
right.
gonna put a layer of that.
Third layer here.
You can put more.
Kind of a lime vegetable feel for it.
And you can.
Yeah, but the less you put on it, the more artsy it is, and
We'll put it like a tall clump in
you
the
got to
middle.
do like presentation ready, right?
Yeah. So again, you can add salt and pepper, whatever, but this is so fresh tasting.
Awesome.
It tastes really good. So the lime juice brings out the veggie flavors. So that's your veggie slaw. And then you top it with, guess what?
That
Lime.
sauce that we were making.
Sour cream.
Yeah, so this is your avocado lime cream.
Whoa.
That's good.
Wow.
Oh, that looks
So,
good.
so we're going to have, here's a close-up.
Uh-huh.
We're going to have Austin.
Is that it? Okay. I think this might have already
It's
gone.
it.
Okay, good.
It's probably going to be so messy.
Lucky guy.
So you can knife and fork this, but
Lucky guy. That's right.
Austin,
Oh.
you're very lucky, my brother.
oh yeah, that's good. Oh, that is really good.
Yum yum.
So there you have it.
And I just tried the lime, what was it? The curry coconut lime soup.
So our only regret is that we don't have you over to just feed you all of this at the end of the show.
But wait, one more thing is we're going to show you what to do with these leftovers, which is super fast. Because if you what we've been doing secretly behind the scenes is we've been baking a sweet potato. That is probably
1,000 degrees.
it's probably overcooked, but that's okay. So usually, because
You want a glove?
okay, so can you have a plate?
That's the asbestos hands.
So this last quick thing. This last quick thing is to show you what you can do with your leftovers.
So let's say you've got leftover tostada toppings. So now we're going to like leftovers mark 2.
Yeah. So this is like leftovers too. Let's say you had leftover chicken from your tostada. This is still rotisserie chicken leftovers. Oh, that's too much.
That's They take a little bit.
Yeah.
And we're basically going to make a loaded sweet potato now.
Yeah, we're gonna make loaded sweet potato, but it's a healthy version. Let's put this in the oven. Actually, no, let's not. Do that.
Here.
We can get
I
the.
got it. Yeah.
Okay.
Go
So,
ahead.
what we're gonna do is we're gonna add in some of those black beans that we did. And then Austin, if you can grab walnuts. They're over here. Over here. Walnuts.
Where?
And, so we're gonna add to this walnuts and pumpkin seeds. Another thing that I do is I add nuts and seeds a lot to stuff, just because it's good for you. It's healthy oil.
This is walnuts we're adding.
Walnuts. And then these are pumpkin seeds from the bulk section. You would add a lot more than that.
All right.
There we go. Okay. And then we're going to add a little bit more of that broth. Remember the bone broth we did? We're going to add
All right.
that.
The remainder of the bone broth.
And then a little bit of corn. I'm just going faster because.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see if I left anything out here. I think that might be it.
And as a reminder, if you would like any of these recipes, Jose Luis has the PowerPoint presentation containing them. I've heard.
Is Jose Luis there?
Yeah, he's here now. Well, he was here for a moment anyway.
Oh, he's there. Yeah, I emailed it to him, but I can email it directly to y'all. So I'm adding more kale. I just take any opportunity to throw kale and stuff. So once that simmers down, then you have a nice kind of veggie. Well, never mind. It has chicken in it now. But you can add that to the top of your sweet potato. So I will get that ready. I'm just going to reach over you real fast. No.
It's a yam. What is the difference between a sweet potato and a yam?
I don't know. Does anybody know? Can y'all help us out with that?
The trivia question here, I think.
I've looked it up so many times, found the answer, and I forget every single time. So I don't know. Maybe if someone tells me, I'll remember.
So as you can imagine, the steam coming off of this sweet potato is amazing.
And this is one of our favorite meals that we have a lot. You have to like kind of get all that. Do you need a bigger? I need a bigger spatula. Okay, so what was I adding to the? Oh, okay, so I'm adding a little salt and a little pepper to the sweet potato, just because that helps. And then this is optional, but I usually add, if I can find it, here it is. Okay, Rachel recognizes this. Remember this, Rachel?
Right now, it's still the cooking.
The Butter Bell. Okay, so this is butter. So we're just going to add a little bit of butter.
So a butter bell is an inverted storage container that uses ice water to form a perfect seal, or not perfect, but an airtight seal around your butter. so that you can keep your butter at room temperature, and it will keep for 2 to 3 weeks. And that makes it so that when you need to spread your butter, it's like super awesome spreadable instead of coming out of the fridge and it's like destroy your toast, impossible.
Huh.
So this is one of our tips. Is this thing is awesome.
Also, are we simmering?
I'm done with that.
Okay. Is this reduced enough?
That looks pretty good. Here, let me just get it from the bottom here. So we're almost done with the last thingamajig here. I'm just mixing in the kale a little bit more so it can get a little wet. Because when it gets wet, then that's when it kind of wilts, or not wilts, but it
Shrinks.
shrinks, and it's easier to eat that way. This is a really pretty and healthy.
For those just now tuning in or tuned in a bit earlier, again, there's 3 cameras. If you go to gallery view, you can find different angles with which to enjoy this cooking adventure.
We're so extra right now.
What's wrong with that?
I said we.
Show of hands. Are we extra? Okay. You're not going to incriminate yourself.
So this is the final loaded,
There.
healthy loaded
Again,
sweet
this one.
potato.
There you go, because that one's well lit.
This is one of our
So
really one of
good.
our favorite dinners that we have a lot.
Yep.
And that's because I always have leftover broth and leftover rotisserie chicken. You want to try that one? It's hot.
Well, yeah, no. Not because it's not going to be delicious, but because it's about 10,000 degrees.
I'll try it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, the sweet potato is like super duper hot.
It's got a tiny heater under it.
He never likes eating hot stuff. He'll like let it go like totally lukewarm before he eats stuff. Kind of like a kid. Oh, that's really hot. Oh my gosh.
Yep.
It's good?
Mm-hmm.
I want to try. Hey, I need to hear your voices again. Make sure y'all are alive.
That
I
is
love it.
really awesome.
Okay, so
I'm
I
really
love it.
hungry. Yes.
here, move
Me
that
too.
now.
Oh my gosh, that's so good.
All right.
This
So-
is gonna be my dinner.
So scooch it. To
A
review.
review? Okay,
To review.
we're reviewing.
If you have a rotisserie chicken, you can, 1, boil its bones together with a few seasoning vegetables, and you can get a bone broth that way. About 2+ hours on heat until it's reduced to your liking. All right, you can take the broth you've made and you can create a coconut lime curry coconut milk lime curry soup.
Yeah.
So you can make like a really nice soup, just a vegetable soup, quite delicious. Then you can take your shredded chicken and you can use it together with a little bit of broth and the other things to make shredded chicken tostadas.
Here's the chicken.
All right. And then lastly, with your leftover chicken from your tostadas, you can, on your last day, just make a baked potato, load it up, serve it at your home meeting. Everyone will love it, guarantee it. If you need a vegetarian option, don't put chicken in it.
Yeah,
And you've fulfilled the dietary constraints of much of the population. And flavorfully.
hopefully. But
So,
there you go.
so Q&A time
Have any questions?
for -6 minutes.
We did that in like, oh, that's amazing.
Anyway,
I thought we were gonna go way over.
any questions? Comments? Safety
Thank
concerns?
you. That was so great, dear Saints. That's awesome.
Welcome.
Y'all
Yes,
need to be
good.
YouTubers. Y'all need to start a YouTube channel. Seriously. Y'all need a cooking show.
We'll try and do a better job
Love it.
on the camera arrangement in the future, but this is our kind of quick setup here.
And we miss you guys that always came over for dinner every week.
Yeah, our biggest
Yeah.
regret is that we couldn't have all of you over here to eat
Yeah.
all of this food.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
We
I
look
guess,
forward to that.
I guess we'll sign out, huh?
Hey,
Maybe everyone can say bye so we can hear your voices.
okay. Bye-bye.
Thanks,
Thank
y'all.
you.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.